I knew it. It was so wonderful and odd getting here this morning. I was in bed. I decided like last night. I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go.
It's annoying, isn't it? Just decided, and here he is in the chair. It's almost as if his path of least resistance doesn't have very much resistance in it. So things are easier for him than they should be, right?
It was.
You really didn't pay much of a price to be here.
Actually, I got a discount too. So I was in bed this morning, and I said, okay, I'm going to give myself 3 hours to get there so I have time to go and pay and do all that stuff. But then the alarm went off, and my boyfriend turned around and hugged me in a very comfortable way, and I'm like, oh, this feels good. And so I just stayed a little longer.
All right, your time is up.
And then I'm like, okay, so I woke up a little later, and then I started to drive. And then as I was driving, I saw the most wonderful color in the sky. Like, it was just like the perfect timing to see that weird pink. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. It kind of makes sense that I'm here right now to see this. And then I drive, and it was a fun drive.
Now, some might say coincidence. You're understanding that you're being guided to perfect moment after perfect moment after perfect moment after perfect moment. In other words, the idea of sacrificing is sort of out of your practiced vibration, yeah?
And so then I was driving, and I for some reason I thought, oh, I haven't seen my friend Sherry in a while. And she, like, I don't know, she came to mind. She lives in a different state, so it's not a really close connection. And I got here, I paid for parking and all that stuff, and then as I walked in, Sherry was right in front of me. And then I'm like, oh, cool, nice to see you. And then she's like, oh, cool.
So it's almost as if you're communicating on a vibrational level, that you've gone beyond needing your physical senses, that the whole of you is knowing things that the physical see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it part of you has no way of knowing. Sort of like there's a broader part of you that's alive and active. Go figure.
Yeah. And then Sherry said, I might have a seat for you. And I'm like, okay, cool, let me know. And then I went to the bathroom, and I came back. She's like, hey, come here. And I was sitting right here. And I'm like, oh, if I get picked first, this makes perfect sense.
Now, it's momentum, isn't it? So think about some of the things that he said. Instead of being the responsible person that he intended to be, he set his alarm, intending to get up. Instead, he followed a different path. In other words, you followed the comfortable path, you selfish person. So, do you mean to say that when you follow the path that feels the best to you, that things just keep working out for you?
Well, today...
Someone should write a book about this. It just gets better and better, doesn't it?
It seems
like it. It just gets better and better. The path of least resistance is the path of most allowance, which means it's the path of most comfort, it's the path of most fun, it's the path of most clarity, it's the path of most satisfaction. It's not the path of sacrifice. It's not the path of virtuousness. It's not the path of giving yourself over to something or someone else. It's the path of alignment. The path of alignment always feels good.
And I wanted to kind of like apply this perspective on
everything.
Yeah. And looking at what I'm experiencing right now, it's really cool because it's been a couple of years now that I have this really clear sense of who I am. Really, I could see it. I can see it. I can feel it. It's tangible. It's kind of like, it's so cool. And sometimes
what it is, it's in the moment, being in a state, a vibrational state that allows the wholeness of who you are to be present. So you're just more present. You're more alive. You're more clear. You're more satisfied. Does it mean that you can see further down the road?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. It just means that this moment in time feels better.
Well, it comes with a lot of clarity about, I don't want to call them my desires because they don't feel like desires anymore. They feel more
That's
like...
because most people think that what a desire is unrequited love. They think that what a desire is a desire for something that I don't have, and it's that edgy feeling of yearning that most people think that desire is. But what pure desire is standing in the moment of clarity, where in this moment you are doing nothing to resist what you want, so that you are tuned in to the impulses that will lead you moment by moment. In other words, you weren't just coming to this destination. You weren't just coming to that chair or to this chair. You were coming to the beautiful spectrum in the sky. You were coming to rendezvous with your friend. You were coming for all kinds of manifestational points. Every moment is a manifestation. Every moment is a manifestation. And every moment you have the opportunity to manifest the fullness of who you are or something less than that. And the more you recognize that you are manifesting the fullness of who you are, then the more you're enjoying life, and the less you're yearning about things that are missing, and then the less that the things that matter to you cannot be missing. They have to be present until a moment can yield to you so much more than you ever understood, that you have the capacity to take in, to absorb, to realize, to experience, to know. Oh, tuned in, tapped in, turned on. That's who you are supposed to be.